Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another. Well, it's a special edition actually. It is the Arsenal Manchester City slash Manchester United show. So we're gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast, Man Them City podcast, also meets the Man Them United podcast. So please keep all your comments and questions related with those three clubs. Of course, the main topic of conversation is going to be about Manchester City and Arsenal because they are the two teams battling it out on the last day for the Premier League title. Manchester City at home to West Ham, Arsenal at home to Everton. Arsenal, praying for a miracle. You know what I'm saying? They are praying for a miracle to come. They really are. Tony's here. We will ask him, are the stars aligning? Are they realigning? Or is it all grey skies over in North London? Well, before we continue, make sure you run up the likes, hit the like button on the video expeditiously. Make sure you do that. Please make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. So hit the like button, share across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well, and hit the notification bell when you do. We got TJ in the building. Tony's in the building as well. What are you man telling me? Everybody good?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Good to see you, Flawless. Good to see you, Tony. It's come to that time, gentlemen. People in the chat. This is it. This is what we have been waiting for 38 plus long weeks. And let me tell you, I'm exhausted and I'm ready for it to be over because I already know the ending. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to talking to it. Tony, you look absolutely exhausted, my man. Are you okay? Are you okay down there, my guy?
Are you good, Tony? Is this Arsenal or is this life stuff?
Is this life?
Mix of everything, man.
Oh, is it? Well, I hope your life stuff is good. You know what I'm saying? Football, you deserve it. But I hope your life stuff gets sorted. But I know you're working hard over there. I know you're working extremely hard doing what you do.
This guy doesn't sleep. I'm telling you, this guy doesn't sleep.
Yeah, you're working hard.
Big up TJ, man. TJ, how you doing, my brother, man? Nice to catch up with you down here, yeah. Flawless, man. Big ups to you. See, guys in the chat, yeah. I know you would, wax lyrical that, this guy's deflated, look at him right now. La-di-da, 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 and all that smart stuff, yeah. We're here. We show our face, win, lose, we always show up, that's it. We don't hide. We always show up. So, we'll have a good one, even if I'll be here for like an hour, 10 minutes or so. But, we'll make it a good one. Yeah. Big ups, everyone.
But this will cheer you up, Tony. Here we go. Do you know what I'm saying? See, this is how good of a character I am. Arsenal did get the win at Old Trafford. You didn't beat us up or smash us up in your words, but you did get a victory. So your thoughts on winning at Old Trafford?
No, I didn't even flinch in that matchup. If you watch my watch along, many people were on, were at the edge, on that day, but I didn't really flinch. It wasn't really a problem, even before that matchup. I had shows with you. I had shows with our brother Sheikh TV. I was pretty confident that we're gonna beat them. Not because we have the God-given rights to win at Old Trafford, but just because of Manchester United, their displays even before that matchup. You couldn't beat Burnley. You got a smashing from Crystal Palace. The stars aligned, and it was written in the stars that Arsenal was going to go to Old Trafford and beat up you guys, and we did it. We did get that one, that 1-0 win. We did go to our bitter rivals, to the heart of the enemy, and struck a deadly blow, to you guys. It felt good to beat you guys 1-0. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's even better than a smashing, because you guys kept trying, dominating the whole play, trying to score. But again, you guys saw, what has really helped us this season, which is our defensive display by Gabriel and Saliba. Saliba once quality. Again, Rolls Royce. It was quality, man. It was quality, and I've been very consistent in saying this.
Before you carry on,
These
Tony,
two centre
just
backs.
one thing. Tony, just one sec, because you mentioned quality. And speaking of quality of the live stream just got better. My like Vader's in the building. But Vader, hope you're good, fam. I ain't even sure if you're there, but big up Vader. Sorry, Tony. Carry on. I just thought that was a
I am here.
We say, big up Vader, man.
I am here. Tony,
gonna
stop rubbing your face.
Tony,
stop rubbing your face. TJ, I heard you say, "Oh no, oh no, the boogeyman's here."
Christ.
Vader Games is in the building.
We're waiting. You wasted enough of my time on Mondays, bro. Oh, here we go.
Hey, you guys didn't want to see me. You didn't want to see. Let's go, Tony. Hey, Tony. Ooh, you looking nice and clean, Tony. Ooh, you looking like you're ready to celebrate on Sunday. Woo, Tony. Long time, man. TJ, I see you got the coif nice and styled, ready for Sunday as well. I'm due for a shave. I'm not gonna lie. I got the head on because I need a lineup. But I too,
you look like shit.
I too will be ready to partay on Sunday. Let's go, guys. How you been?
I'm blessed, Vader. Loving the energy that you've pulled up to the show with. I'm good. You're clearly good. Obviously, 4 Pete on the horizon, so you're
flawless, man. I'm seeing you smiling 2, 3. What was that win on the weekend? Way to end the last home game of the season. We all got vibes today.
No, we haven't got all vibes.
Oh no.
No, over here is the vibes. No vibes. No, it's the vibes of a morgue over here. The vibes of a wake. It's the vibes of a funeral at the gravesite. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even though we won that, we were slightly better. But yeah, Tony, go on. Carry on saying what you were saying.
My bad, Tony.
To win at OT. That's all good. I just had to segue you into the show. But yeah, go on, Tony.
See, Vader just came in and just, took off, just took away the air, the oxygen in the house. You know what? Yeah, we did beat Manchester United. It was a good win, But again, the damage has already been done. I know we'll talk about that later on, but, did our best at Old Trafford. But again, there's sometimes that your best isn't enough. So this is the time where, we should start looking back and going back to drawing board, forget about the title. These guys aren't gonna lose.
So title done, Tony. Just to clarify, you're saying titles done, titles over.
Obviously, it's done. It's done.
Okay,
it's done. Anyone who's dreaming anyone who's dreaming of that title, come this weekend, the person is delusional and probably need some pills.
Delusional.
The person. You're really delusional. The title is gone. I know we'll talk about that later on, but good win against Manchester United. It was good to kill off that hoodoo, that has been following us all these years. And we match to Sunday. We'll go see what we can do against Everton, knowing that West Ham can't even pull up any favors for us. You saw how disgraceful Tottenham was during the post-Nan chant and everything while the team were losing.
Go there, Tony.
Let's
talk about that. Your thoughts on that. I want to hear your thoughts on not only that, but also Arsenal fans who were backing Spurs. Do you think it was over the top, etc.? Your thoughts on everything.
It's totally disgraceful. I saw many people just putting on the scarf of Spurs. Bruv, man. See, Talk Sports actually went and brought some guy, in front of the Emirates Stadium and told him to wear the sports shirt. And see, when you see all these characters, and what's going on, I felt bad. And it's the top YouTubers that are doing this stuff. It's the top ones. Troops was doing it. I know Troops is your guy. He was supporting Spurs on the day.
Nah, he said he didn't. Unless I missed his watch along.
Man, he was.
No, I'm saying what he said.
Bro, in his watch along, it was actually.
Oh, was he celebrating?
Sports.
Hey, Troops.
He was actually not that he was supporting. I know he's your guy. You don't have to put up a defense. And it's
I
no
just called him a
shame
disgrace,
because
man.
many other
I just called him a
YouTubers were
disgrace.
doing it. Many other YouTubers were doing it. So it's not just him, but it's the big guy. So naturally, the big guy takes takes the shot. He was down there. This other guy, what's his name? The big YouTuber. All of them were all dancing and twisting, for Spurs on the day. But again, I knew that's how it would end. Look at Song. Look at how he threw that ball away. These guys are not normal. Yeah. The stars aren't aligning. I know Vader is, down there doing the geometry and
the chat wanted to know if the stars are aligning.
calculations and everything. The stars aren't aligning. The stars have been destroyed and completely dismantled by the better team, Man City. They've won this title. I don't expect any miracle come this weekend. It's signed, sealed, delivered. I've seen Man City, go unbeaten in certain runs that that have been alarming, and yet again they've done it again. December, that's the last time these guys lost. They will do it again in the weekend. Arsenal go back to the drawing board, sack this manager. I've been consistent with this, that this manager needs to leave this football club for us to be able to get a more experienced gaffer. It's not like I hate Mikel Arteta. I don't hate the guy. Contrary to thoughts of other people, I don't hate the guy. But I just feel he's ill experienced for the job. Go get us a big time gaffer who knows. Yeah. He's ill experienced. Maybe in some other football clubs, he would be a big time winner, but not with this football club. He has carried us to where I think, is the summit for him per se as a manager. Let a more experienced manager come in and do the deal. So, I'll chill till Sunday and see what happens, but I'm not expecting anything big, So, but it's all good. TJ, I want to hear what you think about this, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask TJ. Lovely segue. I was going to ask TJ, but actually, TJ.
And big up to you, Vader, man. Big up to you, Vader. It's nice to see you on the show. It's just that you just stank up the old place. The air is putrid right now, But
what?
It's all good, no problem, man. I can see that smirk on your face.
We can smell you. We can smell you from Canada.
Face, but,
TJ, you the worst. You one of the worst guys to have to talk to at this point. You know what I'm saying? You make shit worse. This guy, yo.
Hold on. TJ, Tony, you know that stink you're smelling. You know what it smells like?
Oh my!
It's a nice.
I don't know, but you might want to put.
It's a nice.
You might want to put on some deodorant before your first day at Hogwarts.
It's called victory. You're smelling success.
It's called victory.
It smells foreign, right? It smells foreign. It smells icky, but that's what success smells like. That's what you're smelling. Now, I don't want to interrupt. TJ was about to flow. But Tony, I'm here, man. And if you're telling me I stink, you know what? Tell me how I smell on Sunday.
No, I didn't say you. I just said you stank up the place. It doesn't mean you stink.
Air was putrid.
And that was metaphorically.
Vader, I'm not gonna say it because it's not gonna happen. I actually looked up the odds. Okay, I looked up the odds. West Ham are a plus 1900 to win.
Nah. We're not doing that. No, we're not
plus
doing that.
1900. If you parlay that with an Arsenal win, you could earn a lot of money. I'm just saying.
No.
Throw a cheeky tenner on it, and that is not betting advice. I'm just saying, just a little bit of just a little tenner. You might win some money.
Before you might continue, just a couple things. Big up Lee Gunner for the raid. Shout out to Lee Gunner every single time. Make sure you subscribe to Lee Gunner, people. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Lee Gunner
every single time. Big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid. Run up the likes. Yes. I was about to say there's just under 70 people in here. Now there's just under 290 people in here. So run up the likes. Like check 1212 because these 100. Likes ain't liking. Only at 38 likes. We need to get up to 90 likes, people. We're only at 39. So let's get up. Let's run up those likes expeditiously. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to all the man them here. TJ Warren, Tony Clogan on Vader Games TV. Make sure all their links are underneath in the description and on the featured channel page. Not only only on this live stream, but every live stream on the channel. Their channels are underneath. And like I said, on the featured channel page, can one of the mods be kind enough, or one of the regulars, to put all of their YouTube channels in the comment section? Please go and subscribe to all the man. But yeah, TJ, that's where we was going to head to you and more so get your thoughts on, because there was so much controversy and not controversy, that's the wrong word, so much conversation in the build up to that game, not only from should Arsenal fans support Spurs or not, or should Spurs fans want their team to lose, and Ange saying what he said as well. So there was so much surrounding that. But what's your thoughts first and foremost on the Arsenal, from the Arsenal perspective, in regards to Arsenal fans supporting Spurs or not supporting Spurs on that day?
You know how many people asked me, "Oh, TJ, are you supporting Spurs?" And I go, and I said this to Vader too. I said, I hope Ortega or Ederson or whoever's in goal concede. And that is as far as I am going to go. I am not a Spurs fan. I will never twerk for Spurs. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what the scenario is. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. However, I am not going to criticize how other people choose to support or not support their club.
Oh.
I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not a gatekeeper like that. Call me a waffler, call me a rat, call me a top goon, call me whatever you want. But I'm not going to sit here and criticize how people choose to support their team or not support their team. It's not my style to cheer on my rivals. I will never do that. It's just it's against, they call it tribalism a lot, but it is sort of against the tribalism, or the spirit of the whole thing, when you're, if you're a Spurs fan, you're hoping your team loses. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you're hoping your biggest rival wins, right? It's a tough situation to be in either way. I think the whole thing's gotten completely blown up and out of proportion. But in the scheme of things, Spurs were never going to win that game. It doesn't matter, because Spurs fans, certain Spurs fans, especially one in the chat, Jacob, you fraud, wanted him to play the kids. Wanted to play Vicario at striker. Wanted to give other people give other people a chance outside of their normal positions. I think he wanted Heung-min Son at goalkeeper. Like, this guy was like trying to sabotage it.
Nobody spamming in the chat, otherwise I will block you. Please don't spam in the chat. Thank you very much. Carry on, TJ.
Come on. Yeah, come on. That's Bush League shit. Guys, listen. I'm not for wanting your team to lose any game in any situation. Then at that point, you're just you have agendas, and it is what it is. It is what it is. So look, at the end of the day, Spurs didn't have enough to get it done, even if they started their strongest 11, which they did. They tried to win that game. They tried. They had ample opportunity to do so too. And whether or not Son should have had that, didn't have that, doesn't matter. Son really hasn't been on the greatest of form lately anyway. Sorry to say it, Spurs fans, Son cultists, he's been your best player this season, but he's had better seasons because he's had better players around him. The point is, I never expected Spurs to win. So why sully myself by saying I'm going to support Spurs? Why sully myself by doing that? Because they were never going to win it. Man City is too powerful. Man City has all the ingredients to win it again. And I'm not going to spin off too much here, but I know what Vader's going to say. I know Vader is going to wax lyrical about how Ederson's out, and now they have to depend on Ortega. And Ortega, oh no, Ortega. Yeah, Ortega's really going to be the difference maker. Give me a break. If West Ham get anywhere near your net, I'm going to be shocked. Like, look. That's the type of thing Vader will say as well. We all know it is, Vader, and you can sit there, and he's sitting there laughing because he knows, bro. This guy, I've sat on panels with this guy where he has bigged up Luton Town. Powerhouse Luton Town. Oh man, that's a tough away day, guys. You're treble winners.
It really
what are you talking about? You can't strut in here like you just did and then say, "Oh man, West Ham, they're going to be a tough team. They won the Conference League last year. They have a completely different team and they're shit this season. But they're going to be a really tough challenge." Get out of here, Vader. You're already. You got the champagne on ice. You're ready to go.
That's
You're
not
just
fair.
waiting for that clock to hit 95 or how much extra time there is, bro.
That-
It is
that's-
what it
that's
is.
not
Can I
fair.
say?
That's not fair.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one more thing?
Vader,
Of course,
Before we hand it over. One more thing, Tony. It was incredible to see Arsenal win in front of fans at Old Trafford Water Park. I think Staffy said that that was the fourth largest waterfall in England. The water coming off of the roof at Old Trafford.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was there. It was crazy.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I went to the game. I was there.
Oh,
went to the
bro,
game.
you were there,
bro.
Yeah, I went to the game.
Bro, I
Yeah.
hope you
Yeah.
brought your umbrella. Bro.
Fortunately enough, I was in the stand that was stable. You know what I'm saying? And I was in the stand. There was no. I can't swim, so if that would have been falling down, I would have been fucked. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a wrap for me.
That's funny.
Dude, somebody get Flawless some water willies if he has to go over there, bro.
I would have been
That's all I'm
saying,
saying.
you have to throw
No.
me the donut thing. Like, throw me that. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
but I mean, but Flawless. Then maybe I can ask you a question. Was the football big up, Maddie? Was the football as bad as it looked on TV? Because honestly, aside from the goal, it was kind of boring. I thought you guys we played down to you. I think more than anything. I think Manu played an incredible game. Who's that kid that you guys got that's absolutely cooking now?
You're talking Diallo. You're talking about Diallo.
Yeah, Diallo.
Yeah.
The right wing.
Yeah,
on
Diallo.
the wing.
Yeah, that's Diallo. Yeah, I'm a Diallo.
Cooking,
Yeah.
bro. Absolutely cooking. So you guys, you have some good players there that you bring the right manager in, develop that talent, build a team around those guys. You could have something there. So it was there were some positives that I think Man United fans can take out of that, and obviously take out of the Newcastle game. So either way, I'm glad, like Tony said, I'm glad we got the voodoo off of us at Old Trafford. I'm glad we beat the building and the team and the rain, because normally Arsenal lose in the rain. Big up, and looking forward to hearing what Vader's got cooking for us, and big up the chat. Let's go.
Yeah, the game was just. Go on, Tony. Go on.
Yeah, Vader. Vader. Just before you go, I'm sorry. Yeah, TJ, you made mention of Son maybe not really looking good in a way this season or something like that, or Tottenham not having the quality to go head to head with City. I beg to differ. That's their bogey team. Yeah, that's their bogey team, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that Manchester City's form. A bogey team will always be a bogey team. For any team in this in the Premier League, if you're facing a bogey team. You made mention of Son. What's Son's record? Last season, Son scored about, if I'm not mistaken, 10 goals last season in about 38 games. He had about 6 assists. If I have that at the top of my head, my stats don't fail me. But this season, in about 34 games, he scored about 17 goals. That dude has 9 assists this season. My stats don't fail me. He has that. And see, for a guy who scored 17 goals this season, a big shift from, I think, 7-goal shift from what he scored last season, he should be putting that one-on-one at the back of the net. To be very, very sincere with you. See, I'm not all for Spurs doing us a favor here. But again, you made mention of the quality of Tottenham Hotspurs. They held Manchester City at bay 0-0 in the first half. How many games have Man City gone this season in the first half without scoring a goal?
Respectfully, who
The
cares?
only matchup I even thought about that even happening respectfully was Arsenal. That was the only game they went in the first half that they didn't score a goal. Can you remember anyone? So if we're talking about the quality of Tottenham actually facing Man City to do a job on them, they would have done it. It was a carefully planned job. Come on, man. See, what about the giggles at the end of the matchup with Pep Guardiola and Son. Come on, man. We all knew what happened. We all knew what happened. But again, man, that's them.
I think I'm not going to bully Son like that. Son's a competitor. We can have him take the piss, and we can take the piss and say he missed it on purpose, but he didn't miss it on purpose.
Yeah, we're not doing this. We're not doing.
He's a competitor. He's a competitor. He's an international superstar. I think Spurs would get relegated if he wasn't on the team. And they would still be at Shite Hart Lane.
Tony, you're not doing this, Tony. I'm not. I like the approach that TJ took. I don't like Tony and this kind of conspiracy. This not playing to win. Stop it. Don't do that. Because if you watch that game 0-0, you were like, damn, Spurs might give me something. 0-0 at halftime, Spurs might give me something. And there's a reason why. And TJ tried to allude to this. There's a reason why I don't have the best goalkeeper to play my final game. You guys were playing hard. Romero was playing hard. He almost took my man out. So there's they were looking to make it look like they want to win and he had a chance to score and he missed it on purpose. No. Spurs wanted to. And for me, the life of me doesn't understand why they would even give you a chance to put a hand on the trophy. I don't get it. I actually understand the fan base that say, nah, we're not doing this.
I didn't blame Spurs. I didn't blame Son. I'm just saying that he has the quality to bury that goal. That's all I said.
But then you mentioned the giggles at the end.
Come on, man. At the end of the game.
You mentioned the giggles. Guys, one sentence. That is one sentence I never thought I would hear ever. Content creators. You mentioned the giggle. You mentioned the giggle. Let me just clarify just a couple of things quick. The Spurs City game, 110% Spurs were trying to win the game. Let's just clarify that. Spurs were definitely trying to win the game, number one. Secondly, they gave Spurs a game as well. I mean, they gave Manchester City a game. Without that was not a routine, comfortable win for Manchester City. And thirdly, on Spurs, if you believe people that he missed that on purpose, I'm just here to tell you you're wrong. And you need to reassess your whole thought process on the game. You don't see the ball bouncing. I think it was Akanji who took the ball off, I'm correct in saying, right? Was it Akanji?
Yeah, he took it off.
Akanji, the ball's bouncing. You sprint towards him, get in front of him, barge him out the way, head the ball on, sprint towards the goal to miss on purpose. Hear what I just said. You don't do all of that to get in front of the goal to miss on purpose. And if you are going to miss on purpose, you know what you don't do? Hit the target. You make sure it goes wide. Now, should Son have scored? Yes, Son should have scored. However, we've seen Son and we've seen whoever your favorite striker is right now, and whoever your favorite striker is of all time has missed chances. He missed the one-on-one. It happens. Is it shocking because it's Son and he's one of the best one-on-one finishers? Yes. But like I said, whoever you think is the best one-on-one finisher of all time, there is clips of him out there missing one-on-ones. Your favorite striker, whoever your 9 is, the best striker who you think is on the planet right now is miss one-on-ones. So and like I said, let me repeat that. You don't see the ball bouncing, sprint towards Akanji, barge him out of the way, head the ball on, sprint to the goal to miss on purpose.
Yeah, Tony.
We've all seen players throw it in and throw managers quote unquote under the bus. There was no lack of effort from Son on his part. Was it a poor finish? Yes. Same way with Dragusin when he's blocked Bernardo Silva's shot off the line. They were trying to actively win the game. You know what I'm saying?
I know you don't like to hear it, Tony. I know you don't like to hear it, but no player overacts. What Flawless is describing is no player overacts with all of that sequence to then also miss it on purpose. They would have just messed it up, squared it wide or gone over the net. So let's relax on this and stop. I don't want to hear you mention giggles again, Tony. I don't want to hear you mention giggles again. Now, I want to point this out.
But
amazing game. The way it played out was absolutely brilliant. When I'm not going to put it back on screen, but when you guys were talking about Tony, TJ, when you guys were doing the whole stars were aligning, right? That game played out almost like the stars were aligning. 0-0 at halftime. The fact that it was 0-0 at halftime, you know what it allowed for? It allowed for 15 minutes of the group chats. It allowed for 15 minutes of the Twitter spaces. It allowed for everybody to get on their calls and be like, I think Spurs can do it. I think they're going to drop points. I think it's going to happen. Arsenal, trust me. Trust me, all you Arsenal, the Wi-Fi, the WhatsApps were going mad. I'm absolutely positive of that. And it played out just right. The stars did align. Because when the game came back, what was it? 50th minute, we get that goal. And then now there's questions again, right? PGMOL, oh, they're always in favor of Manchester City. That goal could have been offside. Come on, let's stop. Stop reaching for straws. Let's relax. That was a goal. And Tony, because it kept going back and forth, and I'm directing this more at you, Tony, because of the stars aligning. You know what? Actually, I'm putting the stars back up because we got to talk about this. The stars were aligning, Tony. And because that game, Tony, stop covering up your face now.
Just to
Tony,
clarify, TJ didn't say about the stars were aligning. Just clarify.
Yeah.
Just to clarify. But go on, carry on.
Oh, thank you. That's important. I'm glad you got that saved.
So Tony, with the stars aligning, and I believe this is a little different.
Yeah. I'm responsible for anything that I've said. TJ isn't responsible, guys. So I'll take the cooking myself. No problem.
100%. So what you're seeing here,
guys.
What you're seeing here, this is the Little Dipper. So if you're looking at the Little Dipper and you're saying stars were aligning, that's where the flaw was, because the Big Dipper's still in the sky. Pause. And you don't see it on the screen, but
hey, yo,
that's why I said pause, relax.
Yeah, just say pause. Yeah. That's like saying
when you have the stars aligning this way, you're looking at the wrong stars, Tony. So this whole game played out and it was perfect. It was like a soap opera. It's so dramatic because the final goal happened after there was a clear chance. We were all talking about it. That Son chance, right? It was going back and forth. Everybody was like, Spurs can nick one. Spurs can get one. And all you guys wanted was a draw. Like, bring it back to in our hands. All we wanted was a draw. At the end, Son misses. A couple minutes later, we go down. And who happens to do it? All the men that were disrespecting my man, Jeremy Doku. Oh, best believe. If I had you Arsenal fans and those of you that are in the chat coming off from Lee Gunner's raid, if I had Lee on speed dial, I'm calling my man. I'm calling him because he talked disrespectfully about Jeremy Doku. He talked about him disrespectfully. And
wait a minute, are you bigging him up because he drew a foul?
Oh, you think it's easy?
No, I'm just saying you're acting like he went out there and scored the goal. Holland did that. And
he went out there and won a foul, and maybe if he wasn't fouled, he would have scored.
You really want Pedro Porro back there defending that?
Hey,
I think you're overrating this just a tad.
I'm not overrating Jeremy Doku coming on in the late stages of that game, being so dynamic.
Who ended up scoring that again, by the way?
Who ended up scoring that?
Yeah, who ended up scoring that?
Oh my!
The league leading goal.
Holland. Okay, so Doku didn't do anything except block in the box. Okay, got it. Against Pedro Porro. Okay.
All right. So when you're, and it's funny, we got the stars aligning. When
Pedro
your star boy
going forward than on defense.
TJ, when your star boy wins a foul, I don't want to hear about, you're getting credit for winning a foul. I don't want to hear it then. I don't want to hear it when your star boy.
Kai Havertz wins fouls, not Saka.
Oh, Saka doesn't win them. Oh, he just dives. Right.
Havertz gets the dives, bro. Come on. Get with it.
My bad. All right, fair enough.
What are we doing here?
But what Jeremy did, listen, talk bad about him year one, that's fine. Year two, man's going to be cooking. And Holland, if you guys notice.
Yeah, but what about year three? Is he gonna go by the wayside like Jack Grealish is? Jack Grealish is on the chopping block.
You want to talk about Jack? He had an injury-plagued season this year. He wasn't the Jack of last year. He wasn't the Jack of last year.
Martinelli had an injury too, and everybody was throwing him into the coals.
Yeah, but he kind of had a purple patch. He hasn't really been that good for you guys. Let's be honest. Trossard's
yes, that's true. I'm just saying that Jack. You can tell that.
Give Jack part.
Does Pep rate Doku over Jack Grealish?
Not yet. But they're going to be
exactly what I thought.
They're doing Doku because he won a penalty.
Dude, this is shameless, yo.
This is so shameless, yo.
No. This is every day, bro.
I know what he's like. I know what he's like.
Listen, I'm not doing
when you emailed me saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have Vader on," I slammed my head into the desk because I knew what was happening.
Man,
It's
with
it's
Vader,
not
I
it's
mean,
not
with
possible
Doku pro-
because it's not possible because Jack Grealish remains the best player who could keep and handle possession for Man City.
Speak
So
on it,
there's no. It's
Tony.
actually
Sometimes you know ball, Tony. Speak on that.
very
But the whole
disrespectful
thing,
to even compare them together.
I'm not really doing the whole comparison. I'm just pointing out that there's a reason why the greatest manager in the world trusts this Jeremy Doku to come on and be a dynamic player, to be a impact sub. And when he's come on, if you want to remember, maybe you guys weren't watching, but when we were playing against Real Madrid, he came on and he had the most impact. He came on and he was the reason why we were able to get a goal and tie at the Bernabeu. All right? So let's not be like, oh, sorry, tie at home. He's the reason. He is the reason. Now, I just want to say this. There's one more game to go. You guys are already saying it's over. When I was charting all the stars and when I was doing the stars were aligning, I'm using Tony right now. When I was doing all that, now we're at week 38. Throw it all away. No, it's over. Even though City can, if City draw, you guys win, it's yours.
Look at this guy, yo, still, hey, the Kool-Aid sales is over, man. The
No,
stocks is in
what?
the bin. They're not buying it no more, man. They're not buying it, Vader. The
You,
Kool-Aid's done.
the way
They're
that
not
you
buying it, man.
strutted onto
Find
this
me the
show,
realist.
way
I
that
want
you
the
strut
realist
onto
Arsenal
every
fan.
show, and now
Flawless.
you're trying to
Find
tell
me
me,
the
you're
realist
trying to tell
Arsenal
me that
fan.
there's a shot. Give me a break.
I need,
I'm not Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. Okay,
I need
I understand what is going on here.
Yo,
Oh,
it's-
one in a
Flawless.
million.
I-
One in a
I
million.
need-
You're saying
Flawless.
there's
I
a
need the
chance.
gunners. I need the gunners.
Actually, that
I
being
need the
said, is there
shoutouts. I need the real Arsenal man.
is there any Arsenal fans in the chat who believe this is not over?
I need
because
those.
I've stopped trying to. Nah, it's a rap, man. We sold out of the Kool-Aid, man. We sell
Oh,
it back next year, man.
Off the shelf.
It's you know what it is, Vader. It's not Kool-Aid season no more, man. Kool-Aid season for Arsenal is from like August to like April. You know what I'm saying?
This is
There's no
disgusting.
Kool-Aid. Like that's what it is. Then we
This is
resell
disgusting.
the Kool-Aid again. Like I'm just getting ready. I'm just
guys-
restocking it for the
You
next
guys
season.
could have like
We're good.
your Kai Havertz moment. I mean, we have Aguero. We have that. You might have a Kai Havertz. I don't know. What's the song? What do you chant for him? You might have a Kai Havertz moment where we draw, you win the game.
This is so
Good.
shameless. I can't believe this is allowed.
Are you
on
guys
here.
really saying? Okay, are you guys watching the game on
It's
Sunday?
shameless. It's
Of
shameless.
course, I'm watching the game. I
so
watch
you're
every
watching
game.
the Okay, you're watching the game because you believe.
I also watched us beat Wolves 5-0 at home last season too when it was over. Like I watch every game, Vader. Of course I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, Vader. It's not over. So Vader, what you're saying is that
I
City
won't
got
be. I
points at home
won't be
to West Ham,
watching
yeah?
the game. I won't
Is
be
that what you're
watching the
saying?
game.
Sorry.
Yeah,
What
you see,
sorry, what'd you say, Paul? Sorry,
Tony's not
sorry.
even watching the game. So what you're saying is that City are dropping points at home to West Ham. Is that what we're getting at? Is that what we're
It's a wrap.
No, please, do me, Vader. Get to the point where you're gonna
Sorry,
start
for those
shouting
of you
out
on-
your team because you
For
got
those of you on
Havertz.
Spotify,
I mean,
those
Start
of you on
telling me
Spotify,
about that.
I'm dead faced, and I'm saying there's a possibility with no
There's a
Ederson.
chance.
I have an injured KDB. He says he's ready to play, but
Stop
I have an
this.
injured KDB. Those two players.
No
might.
Edison, no
Oh my God.
KDB. Hey,
No Ederson,
hey,
no
hey.
He's
KDB.
The
TJ,
sky is
he's
falling,
trolling
man.
us.
Hold the alarm.
He's trolling us.
Ederson
right
is
now.
the best
He's
keeper in the
trolling
world.
us
Hey,
right
KDB
now.
is the best
Trolling.
midfielder in the
Tony,
world.
the
What
one
are you
hope
saying
that we-
right now.
The one hope
It's
that we got
true.
is Calvin Phillips at least is out for West Ham, so that's good. Oh, and he'd be match tied, so that's good. They can't see Calvin Phillips and destroy him. Yeah. No, there's no
City have
hope.
a way
It's
of
over.
making
No
things
hope.
difficult.
Like your shirt said on Monday, hopeless. It's hopeless.
Yes, Martin. So you're telling me there's a chance?
No, stop, Martin. Stop this, Martin.
Do you guys not remember what happened against Aston Villa 2 years ago when I was in a chase with the Liverpool?
Who won in the end? I'm just asking.
Oh, you just got absolutely cooked.
Okay.
Oh,
Who
I
won in the end? I'm
won
just
late.
clarifying.
I won
Oh
late.
my
Yeah.
Okay. All right. First. I'll just clarify it. I was just making sure.
Flawless
I forgot.
spitting. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just making sure. Like,
All right. Okay, listen. There's a huge, strong chance City win on Sunday.
Oh my god.
I'll at least say this, and I don't want to tempt any fate. But when Rodri plays, we don't lose. But a draw is not enough, right? Let's be honest. If you guys win, a draw is not enough.
the draw is not enough. That is correct.
And if they decide, if Moyes, because I'm hearing Moyes might have a little,
shit.
he might have a little thing. If he decides to just do 2 banks of 5
Yeah, man, play defensive because West Ham
Right?
defensively this season have been only the 71 goals they've conceded all season. It's not just it's just the 71. So clearly they've been defensively.
71, is that all?
Clearly they've been defensively. Whew. Oh, I'm saying, let me actually check where they are in the table.
They might go 2 banks of 5 and make the day really long for us.
2 banks of 5. That, you know what? Maybe. Let's see. Let me actually check.
I hope there's no early yellow card. There's no risky 50-50 with a player ejection. I hope none of that. But this is what
so
football
West Ham,
is.
you have the 4th worst defensive record in the league. The only teams that have conceded more goals are the 3 relegated sides.
All right. I mean, a little
Sheffield United 101, Luton Town 81. Bear in mind,
are you trying to make
I'm a little more confident.
Underdog?
Are you a little more? Hey,
Ham United.
I'm glad I could make you a little bit more confident going.
I'm a little more confident.
That's what I'm here to do, man. You're welcome, man.
I wasn't aware of those stats.
You're welcome. See, that's what I'm here for, man. Just to provide the information. Yeah, go on, Tony.
Guys,
Sorry, Tony.
yeah. Guys in the charts, please. If you're an Arsenal fan, please, please, guys, just stop,
What?
There's no winning title on
Oh,
Sunday.
Tony, this is
Just
disgusting, man. What are you doing?
There's just stop. See here, guys. The only way we're gonna win this title, guys. I'm a very shameless person. The only way this smile will be wiped off Vader's face is unless before Sunday, those 115 charges come down and hit Manchester City. That's the only way. In fact, that's the only greater chance that we have and bigger shot that we have in winning this title. If we're thinking of West Ham doing us a favor, guys, just go into your home, make spaghetti,
Okay, hold
spaghetti,
on, Tony.
and just eat.
Make spaghetti, bro.
There's no winning of any title. It's over.
All right.
Unless that 115 charges come down on Man City on Friday or on Saturday, then it might taste it a bit sweeter.
Facts.
But again, do we want to win the title just like that? So
just to clarify, it is the team who have scored the most goals against the team with the 4th worst defensive record in the league. Just to clarify, just for context of the game.
It's shocking.
Bear in mind, like I said, the free.
But I'm really worried about Ortega in net. He's pretty shaky. Even though he got you to an FA Cup final, he's looking really shaky.
I know KDB. Remember that? No KDB.
No KDB.
No KDB. Ooh.
Possibly no KDB. No. Okay. All right. Listen. The game for me out here in North America.
But you haven't had KDB almost all season. Where is this story about KDB coming?
But I've had him lately, and we've been winning
good. Even without KDB this season.
But we've been
oh my God, guys! Vader is trolling us right in our faces, and oh my days, man! Oh my days! No, God, no! Just the ground just swallow me right now, man. Vader is just trolling and playing us like pawns, and oh my days, man! This is painful, man.
Hey, they troll, man. That's facts. That's a different level of trolling right there. They troll different. I've seen it happen. I've seen him do this. That's why he's there. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? It's brilliant. I think it's A1. They is trolling. It's A1, yo.
It's gonna be an exciting Sunday.
He's a little bit more confident going into the game.
I'm a little bit.
Now he knows West Ham have conceded 71 goals this season in the Premier League.
I wasn't aware of the stat. Flawless brought me a new stat. I wasn't aware of that.
There you go, man.
I mean, we pay so much attention to our own clubs, and we know what's happening with our own clubs. We don't know what the ops are doing, right?
Yeah.
Listen.
Go on. Carry on.
No KDB, no Ederson. You guys may whatever poo on it. These are 2 very important players. Now I know I got a squad.
See, even the chat's helping out. Hey, the Sarcasm City TV community are really the best because even they're trying to give you more confidence going into this home game against West Ham. Ed says flawless. Just to give Vader a little bit more confidence, West Ham have the 3rd worst defensive record away from home. Damn. So they're worse than one of them championship sides. I'm actually going to double check where they're at in the table.
That's really good.
Now, Ed, you got my guy Lex as well.
Ed, I'm not sure where I rank in terms of my powers at home. Like if I'm the best or one of the best home teams. But that's a very good stat to share with me. The one thing I just want to point out, and you guys, like you said, when you're missing key players, you can be a little concerned. When you're missing a few players, you can wonder that it may be a difficult start. Because the one thing I want to point out, these aren't robots. These are players. There's still going to be that emotion to try and do something. They're trying to add to Manchester's history. They're trying to add to Prem history because this four-peat has never been done before. That type of pressure hits different. So I'm just pointing out that we might be going into this game without two really important players with trying to achieve history like this. Now, Tony, if I'm going to say this, TJ, if I'm going to say anything, not directed at you in particular, but
hey, man,
I enjoyed this season.
You've conceded 8 goals in 5 months at the Etihad. Hey, shout out to the chat. Keep reeling out these stats to help Vader feel more confident because we want Vader.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah,
I'm saying we want Vader to be even more confident going into this game. And just to clarify, yeah, he was right. Ed was right because I'm reading it. I'm looking here. West Ham are 8th in the away form table with 7 games, 7 wins, 2 draws, 9 losses, and they've conceded 43 goals. So they've conceded more goals away from home than Nottingham Forest, who are currently, you
haven't lost a match of football. You haven't lost a match of football since December 6th.
So you've not lost this year?
Since December, man.
See, there we go. That's confidence then. So you know what that means? You are, at the very least, Vader, consistent.
Yeah,
that's what Manchester City have, man. There is that level of consistency.
You guys are ignoring,
despite the injuries.
You guys are ignoring the magnitude of a four-peat, though, and the pressure that
they don't care.
Is. We are. You know what? We are underestimating that to an extent. The pressure of a four-peat because it's never been done in the modern day era. I'm with you on that, Vader.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot. These guys
I'm with Vader on that one.
The night before, they're probably going to be sleepless. They're going to be thinking about this. The morning of, they may not have an appetite to eat. That's a lot of pressure, guys.
I can't believe you don't get
a chance to do that again. Because if you don't get this 4-peat, then it's like, all right, we have to 3-peat again and then go to the 4-peat. Yeah,
Thank
Vegas, you know what?
And let me speak on this. Let me speak on this to Tony and TJ.
No, guys. Just as big a criminal as Vader is now.
No, flawless.
Lock up this side of the panel. Lock it up.
Flawless, thank you for letting me speak on this.
Criminal.
I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to give you guys some time. Maybe in the chat. Go look this up.
Hey, TJ, Tony, make sure you pay. You locked in, yeah? I want to hear your responses to this.
Can't wait to hear it.
I want to point this out, and I don't know. But when you guys were pursuing history and creating what we've never seen before in the Prem with regards to your Invincible season, go back. Tell me. I don't know. I don't know who the last game of that season was. I don't know who it was.
I think it was Leicester.
But tell me. You guys were probably the pinnacle of the league at that time. The best. No one could probably match you. I don't know where Leicester were at that time. They were probably not quite.
It was a team in blue. Hey, let us know in the chat, please, people. But sorry to
whoever that final game was. Tell me of their quality. Tell me where they matched towards you guys. Tell me whether it was supposed to be, done deal. We're not even worried about winning this last game. It's a wrap. Tell me. I don't think so. I think even though you guys were superior throughout that entire season, that last game of the season, there was still those nerves. There were still those concerns. There was still, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know the result. I don't know whether you won it or whether it was a draw. I don't even know whether you. Thank you.
I think they drew.
So think of the tension of that last game. That's all I'm trying to point out. I'm not taking this Sunday game for granted. I am not.
You could it with a knife.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Vader? Do you think that West Ham are really thinking they're gonna go into the Etihad and get a result? Considering the season that they've had, it's Moyes' last game. They're on the beach, bro. They don't care.
Moyes' last game, coming to the Etihad. What do everyone do when they come to the Etihad? What do every single person? What do? The Real Madrids and the Arsenals. What do?
You aren't playing Real Madrid or Arsenal. You're playing West Ham United.
Yeah, so West Ham are probably going to come and turtle again, defend for a full 90 minutes, make my life difficult. The thing that messes me up is a draw. I'm not talking about them trying to come and win. If they just decide to go there and try to get a draw, it's a problem. I'm not taking this game lightly at all. You think they want history on their head top?
Do you think your players are taking it lightly?
No.
Okay, then that's all you need.
No, it's not all that I need.
Yes, it is.
Go back. Arsenal fans in the chat, go back.
Who's your starting 11 against West Ham United? Who's your starting 11? Ortega? Keep going.
My starting 11 is probably going to be Ortega, my second keeper. I'm probably going to have Walker, Akanji, Diaz, and Gavardiol. And I've been playing without Ake, although Ake might be on the bench. That's not my ideal back four, by the way. My ideal back four would be
Akanji. Isn't your first choice?
Thank
That's
you.
true.
I'm not going in with my best defense. In the midfield, possibly no KDB. So if there's no KDB, hey,
Big blow.
arguably the best midfielder in the
That
Prem
is
in
a
the
big blow
world.
to you, lot. That is true.
Thank you. No best keeper, no best midfielder. So I'm probably going to look at Foden, maybe Bernardo Silva, and Rodri in my midfield.
Two world-class players in your midfield.
That is also a valid point, TJ. Two top quality
Who
operators.
are my two world-class players? Sorry, my two?
Rodri and Bernardo Silva.
Rodri and Bernardo Silva are my two world. Okay, all right. Now, on the wing,
Foden will be there, by the way, too. I'm not discounting Foden. He will be
and
there.
also to add into when you were talking about the pressure, because I look West Ham, they are fighting for anything because they can't finish 8th, they can't finish 10th. So there is less pressure going to the Etihad for them. There is no pressure whatsoever. That is true.
They just want to screw up the party.
Yeah, facts.
What does Paula say?
Yeah, that's facts.
What's the lingo out there? They just want to lock the party off.
Yeah, that's it. They might just
that might be how they move.
Yeah,
that might be what they move.
Oh my God.
Now,
with Mikel Antonio leading the line, they're gonna rip up trees at the Etihad when you've only conceded 8 goals in 5 months. Big up the chat for that stat. 8 goals in 5 months conceded at the Etihad.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you are. I'm glad you are now. So the fact that that doesn't give you. You're being so disingenuous right now. I don't even know how to handle it. Like I'm trying to figure out how to work my way around this, to be honest, because you're making yourself into David, and you're making West Ham David Moyes' West Ham into Goliath. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with 2 world-class midfielders and 2 wingers I've been bigging up all season long and the best striker on the planet. But no, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Get out of here.
I'm not saying all that, man.
TJ,
that is exactly what you're saying.
I'm saying I have doubt on how comfortable this game's going to be. You guys are just writing it off.
Oh my days, TJ. Let me flip that script. Yeah, let me flip that script. Yeah, because I like rebuttals because you just talked about. Let me flip it. Yeah, someone gave you what Man City have been scoring or whatever, in the charts. Let me flip that a little bit. West Ham. I can't believe it that we're arguing about West Ham down here. These folks in 37 games have conceded a whooping 71 goals.
That's true.
Guys,
I'll be right back.
Why are we arguing about this?
No, that's a fact.
71 goals. If I'm correct off the top of my head.
Yeah. No, you're correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
they're about 71 goals.
Yeah, they're the 4th worst
guys
defensive
have
record in
considered
the
71 goals this season.
Yeah, 43 of them on the road.
Exactly. What are we arguing about? What are we arguing about? These guys will ship in goals. They will ship in goals. And even in that press, I saw the press conference with David Moyes, and they asked him that question. Come on, man. He doesn't want to be in no title historical thing. He has already considered defeat.
I'm not letting you do this.
How these people would
go. Shit, and Kaneki makes a great point. I forgot they got one crowd. They have danger from set pieces though. That's one thing West Ham do have. They do have the best set piece taker in the league.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.
Flawless is trolling also. Flawless is trolling.
No.
See, guys, you see what he's doing now. He's trolling also.
This is a game played of emotion, Tony. This is the game played with emotion. We can't just take that out of the game.
How am I trolling? Hey, Tony, let me ask you.
Is
Ward-Prowse not one of the best set piece takers in Europe? Is he one of the best set piece takers in the league? Is he not?
Come on, Tony. Be honest, Tony.
They're a danger from set pieces. 25 yards out.
Tony, stop covering your face.
A minute to go.
Tony, stop covering your face. Come on. You know what Flawless is saying is right.
You're on mute, TJ. You're on mute.
Yeah, thank goodness you're on mute. Let me also point this out. I'm just not taking away the human element of this. I'm not taking away the chance of making history and the pressure that it mounts. Now, I did my homework. I was like, you know what? Everyone's saying that this game's so easy, it's going to happen. Don't even stress about it. Do you know your final game of your Invincible season? I went and did my homework. Like Paula said, it was against Leicester.
Oh, was it Leicester? Okay.
It was against Leicester. And you know where they were in the rankings on that final game? You know where they ended up when the season was all said and done?
Don't say 9th.
They were relegated. 18th. And that game ended in a 2-1. The stress. You guys should have handled them, no problem. Number 1 team in the league against a team that's getting relegated, and it ends up being 2-1 in the final day. No, I'm not doing this. You're not going to do all this.
We were hung over from already winning the title weeks before that.
It's not about winning the title, TJ. It's about going.
It's all about winning the title.
Invincible. No, oh my gosh.
It's about Invincible.
I'm not
he's
dealing
right.
about
It was about Invincible. He's right when he says that in regards to it's about going invincible. That's what
I know. I understand that, but what? Here's the thing, Vader. What is your point? They're completely different things.
They're completely accurate.
Yes, they are.
Hey, and this Arsenal team was a bad boy team as well. Lehman, Loren, Torre. Wait, Jens Lehmann, Loren, Colo Torre, Sol Campbell, Ashley Cole, Freddie Ljungberg,
You'll
never see Mike ever again. Gilberto Silva, Patrick Vieira, Robert Perez, Edu came on, Dennis Bergkamp, and Jose Antonio Reyes came on in the 82nd minute. Henri was there, subs not
R.I.P.
Harlow and Stack. Yeah, R.I.P. as well. Yes.
That team against
you'll never see a team like that ever again.
No, we won't.
Never.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait to see if anything remotely gets close to that. But that's what you strive for. I'm just pointing out the human element, guys. You guys make it seem too nonchalant. TJ, hold on.
Eddie,
you're being too nonchalant.
Pick up Eddie. Sorry, that's a side note. Shout out
You just got cooked by Eddie from the bleachers, bro. Big up Eddie.
Shout out Eddie. That conversation about them Luton twins. Hey, everyone who was on that stream, that Q&A knows exactly what Eddie's talking about. And just to clarify, Luton did not get 10
Eddie's just tweeting away.
Just to clarify, they didn't. Luton
Eddie's tweeting away in the charts.
Yeah, shout out Eddie. Let me get to these super chats before we carry on. Big up to Emmanuel Santana. Big up for the super chat, my guy. And you're a United fan. Salute. Says get Vader a violin. First, I hear it, Emmanuel. I see why you'd say that. Love to Sunshine as well. Make sure you go subscribe to Sunshine FC. She
Big
says
up Sunshine FC.
Every single time. She says
hit that
like button.
Big up Sunshine.
The likes people. Yeah, she has her moments, but we like her. You know what I'm saying? Overall, but she does have her moments. You know what I'm saying? It's like a top class player, but like they're temperamental from time to time.
I love her. She's a lovely person.
Yeah.
She likes trolling me too, but I love her.
This is what I'm saying, big troll. Yeah, she wants to be big troll, man. She is love to Sunshine though every single time. And big up to true City fans. Good to see City fans in the chat with the donation here to this super chat, man. Hey, let's run up the likes, people. You know what I'm saying? Let's run up the likes. Eddie, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just here to mediate, and I've seen Vader's made great points, as TJ and Tony as well, as is the chat. I see both sides with this. I get it. But yeah, big up to true City fan as well.
That's all I'm trying to say, man.
Go on, carry on, Vail.
It's all I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to bring the human element to it. I'm also trying to remind you guys, because those who forget their past compromise their future. Just remember your invincible season. Just remember that you were playing a relegated Leicester who had nothing to play for, or weren't at your quality. Of course, they were. Actually, let me see where they were instead.
Were they trying to serve? Were they trying to win?
Yeah, let's look that up. Look it up. Because they had no chance. 33 points to 39 points. They had nothing to play for.
Saving face.
Literally had nothing to play for.
Vale, you know who has nothing to play for on Sunday?
West Ham got nothing to play for.
You know who else has nothing to play for on Sunday?
Who?
Everton Football Club.
That's true. So that also ties into it as well. Everton could be better. And someone said in the chat, that is a very valid point.
We are playing against we're playing against Dyche. We're playing against Sean.
Ed says, yeah, flawless. Arsenal need to worry about Everton. 4 Everton wins in the last 7 Arsenal games. So it's not a foregone conclusion you lot win. Hey, West Ham could get saying at the Etihad and you lot drop points at home to Everton.
Mm-hmm.
That's
one thing we're not talking about a lot. I think we're going to win. We're going to win. I think we're going to win. But Matt Southern Gooner, we highlight that in the chat real quick because my man Matty, big up Matt, called me yesterday to speak. Matty's my guy. Called me on the phone, legend, and says, TJ, we need to have a chinwag. We need to have a talk about this Arsenal club. And he was spot on. And he dropped this knowledge on me yesterday. He said, Arsenal is 4-5-1 against Everton over the last 10 games. Arteta is 2-3-3 against Sean Dyche. I eat concrete for breakfast, Sean Dyche. Like this guy has Arteta's number.
We're at home.
You're at the carpet.
Yeah,
Get the heck out
don't worry. I fully expect us to win, but there's that thought in the back of your mind that says, "What if West Ham
you could have
out a
what
draw?
If.
What if they stink out a draw and we also draw or lose?" Now I'm just saying nightmare scenarios here, right? Nightmare fuel. All I'm saying is, look, it's not a foregone conclusion.
Thank you,
for
TJ.
Arsenal.
We're on the same page.
We are not. It is not a foregone conclusion for Arsenal to drop a stinker.
Hey, I'm just saying, not even necessarily a stinker. Maybe it's just opposition's on it for that day. You guys can play well. You don't get the result you want. I'm pointing out the same thing. I got two key players not playing. It may not be the game that I want. That's all that I'm pointing out, guys. But I first heard, and you guys were telling me you didn't like how I smelled. No, Tony,
bro,
you said you didn't like the smell in here.
You have no deficiency. You have no deficiency. You're going to win that game. Don't make it about TJ. See, it doesn't matter what we do against Everton, because it's wrapped up. It's wrapped up, TJ.
We gotta win it. We gotta win it.
These guys, they do.
We're not. We need to go out on our shield at least. Have some. This is where people are gonna call me a top gooner. We gotta go out on our shield. We have to fucking win. We have to win.
When was the last time these stars aligned? Then, Tony, explain this to me. When did they stop aligning?
Bro, they stopped aligning at Aston
Good
Villa.
question, yo. When did the stars stop aligning? That is a good question. But then they stopped aligning and started realigning. So when did they stop? When did they stop realigning? That's what I want to know. When did they stop realigning? Because they stopped aligning and they realigned.
Look at where it stopped realigning. This is where it stopped. This is where it stopped. People would just naturally say Arsenal lost it when we lost that game to Aston Villa. But I spoke to TJ about this. Even on this show, we spoke about it. I felt we lost that title at City, at the Etihad.
When you didn't go there and smash them.
That's why I really felt that we lost this.
Oh my goodness!
We didn't go there to smash them up.
Yeah.
Oh, we're about to talk about it.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Because
a month and a half ago, and we talked it in the ground.
You go first.
Digging up this dead body again.
I gotta walk, Tony. You go first.
We gonna dig it up again. We gonna dig up this dead body.
Yeah.
Before we get to it, Tony, just 1 second. Hey, everyone who's watching right now, are you not entertained? Hey, this is the part of the film where it gets really good. So yeah, people, hit the like button on the video. Like check 1212. Make sure you run up those likes expeditiously. Share across all the socials as well, and that's be flawless at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. You'll be able to see or find all the man them socials and subscribe to the channel. It's road to 12K here. It's road to 12K. We're approaching 11.5. All the man them's channels are underneath in the description as well. But let's get back to Tony talking about he believed the title was lost when Arsenal at the time, and it was lauded as a great defensive performance. Arsenal were the best team out of possession in Europe. Talk to us, Tony.
Can't believe we're doing this again.
Guys, I will say this again. We didn't lose that title against Aston Villa. Yeah, that was a home game that we should have won. The bigger problem was when we went to City and we dropped the ball, completely abandoned our brand of football in that City ground down there at the Etihad, and allowed City just escape. We had them on the ropes. They were there for the taking. And again, the reason why I'm not bringing Fulham, West Ham up, Aston Villa up is because City were there for the taking. I wasn't going for the title. There's a reason why I'm saying wasn't, because I think this title is wrapped up. It was already wrapped up already. Yeah, I was just believing, trying to, kind of like just, redirect and redesign, the stars to align. But, guys, we lost it down there. They were there for the taking. The only shot on goal they had was an RK handball or something like that, brother, man.
Tony,
it was that disgraceful. We had the better chances in that game. We didn't utilize our chances, and right now we're back.
Tony, can I
regretting why didn't we just have a go?
Let me
why didn't we have a go? And to be very truthful, guys, Vader said it. Vader said it when he came on to the show. That I think Vader talked about it. When we convened here about that same game. And he said, "Hey, man, you guys couldn't beat us. You had us on the ropes. Why didn't you take that opportunity?" You said that, Vader. I give that to you, and I feel that's why we're suffering right now. Because if we took those 3 points right now, guess what? It doesn't matter if we lost that game against Aston Villa. It doesn't matter. We sleep easy.
100%. Stop the laughing, TJ. I got you. Let me speak on that, Tony.
So,
Tony, let me add to that.
I don't know.
After these guys are done, sorry, I gotta go. Go ahead, Vader.
I'm gonna be quick.
Cook some ramen or whatever you're gonna do here, and then I gotta absolutely go off. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna be quick so you can properly address this.
I can't wait.
Tony is absolutely right, because this is when you have myself speaking, and you have me coming on post show. Flawless put on an excellent show. He brought us all back together to speak on things, and I said, listen, all of you pointed out how vulnerable Manchester City were. Yeah. All of you pointed out how we were there for the taking. We already suffered poor results when teams took chances to actually score. And I'm not saying that you needed to completely revamp, because when we had the conversation, when we were going back and forth, I wasn't saying play expansive, leaky football. I was saying at least take some shots. We held you to 6 shots the entire game, and you hadn't done that since like 2006 or something like that. It was something stupid. It was something stupid. That had never happened to you guys in terms of only taking 6 shots in an entire game. Now, when I want to point out, when you don't show the mentality to be that aggressive, there's a ripple effect, and I think that's the ripple
target. 27% possession,
and that was the lowest you had done in years. I want to say 2006. I think that keeps coming to mind. I could be wrong on that one, but when you guys don't show the mentality to be aggressive like that, to smell blood and go, the ripple effect carries on, and you guys played. And again, maybe this is also Arteta, and you guys both say Arteta out, so maybe you're right, but he's learning along the way. I think he was a little too pragmatic, and that in this season cost you, because an aggressive mentality shows the players we're going to be aggressive moving forward. 3 points versus City. Think of that. Think of what it does mentally wise. Yeah, everybody, I'll exclude you guys. Actually, no, I'm not excluding you guys, because I remember Tony saying we took 4 points off City. We took 4 points off City.
He did say that.
6 points off City. True. Imagine what that does to the club. 6 point off City, you're running away with this thing. Mm-hmm. So it's all hindsight. And it's going to be a conversation for another time. I don't think it's Arteta out, in my opinion. And I'm only going to say this before I surrender to TJ. If the only reason why your manager isn't successful is because of Pep, I don't think that's a reason for him to be the wrong manager. Now, if he's losing to Poch, if he's losing to Emery, if he's losing to Ange, if he's losing to Klopp, if he's losing, no disrespect, Bill Flawless, if he's losing to Eric Ten Hag, yeah, he's not the right guy. But if the only reason why he's losing is because of Pep, you might have quality there. TJ,
we dropped 5 points to Marco Silva. You missed him though, but people don't want to bring that up. People don't want to bring that up.
Did you not wait?
We drew against Fulham. We drew against Fulham at home and lost away.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you lost away. Wait, I forgot you lost away to them. Carry on. That completely
December 31st. That was the game before the Aston Villa collapse that everybody went, we haven't lost since December 31st. I remember that because we took our foot off the gas after Saka scored in the first 5 minutes, and then we absolutely capitulated. Anyway, no, I couldn't respectfully, Tony, I disagree. I think that it was a tactical. It was two coaches playing chess against each other. Arteta went into the Etihad, and I don't give Arteta his flowers very much. So if you don't want to hear this, plug your ears. He played that game perfectly, in my opinion. We respected you. He put Jesus and Saka in at wingbacks because he respected you guys as competitors, as a team that can get the ball moving forward and score goals. We locked up Holland. We basically had to play 5 at the back against you guys. to get a result.
I don't think you need.
So I 100% believe that. And if you watch the game, you guys had control of that game for the majority of it. Now, there are nuances here that people have either forgotten or are avoiding. I'm just going to choose to believe that you forgot it. Okay. We had a counterattack on you in the last few minutes of that game where Martinelli was tearing down the left side. And if he had just hit Saka across the field, I believe we would have scored. And I believe we would have stunk out on 1-0. But we didn't take our chances. We had 3 quality chances. We might not have had the shots, but we had enough quality chances to beat you guys. We just didn't do it. We didn't do it. I think Arteta played that game the best he could have, considering your form at that point in the season, which you guys still haven't lost in the league. You still haven't lost. And at that point, the impetus was even more so. And we respected you guys in your ground. And we got a result. And honestly,
but
TJ,
did you think they were there for the taking?
No, I don't.
Did you think they were there for the taking?
No, absolutely not.
You didn't think so.
To say that they were.
Many more podcasters did believe that many other podcasters.
That's fine. I'm not many other.
Me and you, bigger channels believe, and I get that, bro. I'm not arguing with you.
I know you're not. I know you're not. And thank you in the chat. Thank you in the chat for
even more bigger channels.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not the bigger channels.
Even more bigger channels. They've said that.
That's fine. They're entitled to their opinion. I saw the game completely differently. Hold on, Tony. And thank you in the chat for correcting me. It was Trossard. You're correct. So look, my point is that I think that getting 4 points off of City, if you want to run that narrative, getting 4 points off of City is fine. You know what isn't good? Only getting 3 points off of City and giving points to City by playing irresponsibly and going at them head to head, thinking that you're going to get a result. Arteta went out there, did the business, got a result. Where we lost the league is losing at home to Aston Villa. That's it. Drawing at home to 10-man Fulham.
Okay.
Paulinho in the death. 10-man Fulham.
All right.
Losing away to Fulham 2-1. Drawing to Tottenham at home. Do I need to go on?
I don't think we're going to convince either of us on the.
I think what it is yes, taking when you're going head to head. Tony, wait before you go. When you go head to head in a title race with someone, taking 4 points off them is that's a great step in the right direction. However, yes, you could argue that Arsenal should have done better in that game without that, because City's 100% going into that game wasn't the best, and if they go for it more so, then they could have potentially got something. However, if I was an Arsenal fan, I am not looking at City away and going, oh, that's where it was lost. We drew at home to 10-man Fulham. We lost away to Fulham. We also lost away at West Ham, who we were just talking about, have a mid-table and have conceded
at home. It was at home.
Yeah.
It was at home to West Ham.
I was at home at West Ham. I'll stand corrected. So home to West Ham, home to Fulham, away at Fulham, we've dropped points. I am looking at those 3 games. I'm not even looking at the Villa games like that, because at least Villa are a much better side. I'm looking at any mid-table opposition or lower that we drop points to. That's who I'm personally looking at.
I agree 100%. No, I agree with you.
Flawless. I hear you, but you did not put into consideration the whole dynamics about the whole season. We've totally forgotten that Arsenal wasn't firing on all cylinders in the first 15 games in the season. We clearly had problems. We clearly was putting Kai Havertz in the middle of the park. We didn't have a striker at the time. We've totally forgotten that it was when we came back from Dubai and Mikel Arteta got fed meat by Salt Bay. That's when we kicked up our season. We totally forgotten about that. So that's what I'm saying. Those losses we had, those losses and those draws that we had before we went to Dubai have to be put into context here. We lost
I
to
agree with
Fulham
that.
around that period. We drew to Tottenham Hotspurs within that period also. But when we went to Dubai and came back and were firing on all cylinders, and these teams were fearing us, and we were mauling these teams, beating them with astronomical numbers in their stadium and making their fans leave the stadium, we did have that chance to go to City. We did. And TJ, you've already agreed here that we had the best chances in that game. Even you, Flawless, were fuming down here when we came down here. If you remember, go play back that tape. Even you two were telling me, hey, guys, you had to win that game. It was clear you had the chances. Gabriel Jesus threw away 2 chances in that game. Let's not
in regards to the game, but before the game, yes, you
he
both
didn't throw those chances away.
I hear you, but even being out of form, your side, even out of form, Havertz playing central midfield.
We had the best chances in that game.
This is the point. But even outside of the game, with just outside of the City game, because I think if you attacked more, maybe you do. Maybe you win that game. However, being out of form, not being at your best, Havertz playing in midfield, not having a striker, to me, if you are going for a title, there's no excuse for not beating Fulham over the course of the season.
That's fair.
Not losing at home to West Ham. And when you are in a title race and you are playing 38 league games, probably just by volume and law of averages, you are not going to play well. How many times we've all seen our teams win a league title, and most probably the majority of the chat have seen our team win a league title or multiple. There's times in the season where you are not playing well, and we've all heard the phrase, "Oh, that's a game of champions." That was a champ where you're not at your best and you get a win when you probably should have drawn, or you get a draw when you probably should. You are not going to be at your best 38 games a season. It's highly unlikely. The occasional team will do it and claim, but sometimes you have to not be at your best. And that Arsenal team that lined up against Fulham twice is the better team on the day. They were the favourites for the game. Go and beat Fulham. Same for the West Ham. City give you a little bit of a blight because it is Manchester City, even though they're not at their best. Away at the Etihad is the toughest game for you. Alongside Anfield, it's those two. You can debate what it is. Aston Villa home and away. Aston Villa are in 4 for a reason. That stuff. You could maybe argue you should have done better in the home game, but I'm not super critical of that because Villa actually have a good side and actually have good players and a good manager. Fulham and West Ham are unforgivable. And if you were to beat Fulham twice and you were to beat West Ham, guess what? You'd be league champions right now. That's how I look at it. Fulham that, and if someone would have said that to you at the start of the season, all you have to do is beat Fulham twice.
Was playing in the middle at that time.
And who do you blame for that? Your manager. That's on your manager. So you have to critique him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You guys don't win the league if Arteta out.
We didn't have a strike.
Yeah, and I also put that on your manager and your setup, and that's what I said that signing would cost you. And people were like, "Oh, you just don't like Havertz." No, he's just not good enough for where Arsenal are trying to go to. As a squad player, yes. If you're trying to win a league title, no. But
here's the funny part: is I don't even blame the player. Flawless. I don't blame the player. Kai Havertz is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz can't help being Kai Havertz. You think Kai Havertz was born as like, oh well, I guess I don't really want to be Kai Havertz. He's Kai Havertz. Okay, he gets put in the positions that the manager tells him to play. Yeah, okay. You have to blame Mikel Arteta for continuously trying to freaking horseshoe this guy.
Oh, you're talking early in the season. Early in the season.
Correct. This guy into some weird left-sided 8 when he's clearly not made for that. That is not his position. And all you got to do is go back and watch the games in 2024 where we drew or barely stunk it out when he was playing at the 8. Yeah. If you guys remember, and I hate the fact that I have to bring this up. We started Eddie Nketiah the first 5-7 games.
Don't disrespect Eddie Nketiah, man.
Everybody disrespects him enough for me. I don't need to disrespect him. He's been disrespected enough. The guy's a championship level player, but we kept trying to make that a thing.
I can't wait for you guys to sell him.
I can't wait. Ipswich doesn't even want him.
And then he torches you guys. I can't wait.
Stop this.
I can't wait.
You think Leeds are going to come? If Leeds win, they're going to come up and
I hope you sell him in the league. I hope you sell him in the league and you have to face them twice. Oh,
yeah. You think Leicester are like, oh man, you know what this team really needs? Eddie Nketiah. Get out of here. The guy, he's not it. He's not it. All I'm saying is, I was trying to make a point, and then Eddie and Ketty made me angry. But that's all I'm saying is you have to. You asked Vader if I'm Arteta out if we don't win. Yes, I am, because you have to look at the full body of work. Do I give him credit for what he did in the year of our Lord 2024 since January 1st? 2024. Yes, I do.
Okay,
but I also look at the amount of inflappability and arrogance that I saw from August to December 31st.
I don't want to hear about these spoiled brats.
We lost 2-1 at Fulham away.
How are you going to speak on this when you got Flawless here in the season he has and the manager he's talking about?
I'm not talking about Flawless.
But the only thing that your manager wasn't able to do, your manager took you to third, and you're like, I want him out when he's right the ship and he's got you pretty much first since. Like,
hear what you just said. Hey, Vader, hear what you just said.
Pretty much.
That's key.
What?
They're just bad losers.
Well,
hey, you know what it is?
Not over yet.
They're just bad losers to us. That's all.
Almost horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. Almost.
They just losers in royal clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. We scroungers, but they still losers. They just losers looking back.
Always the bridemaid, never the bride.
I'm saying they're the bridesmaid. We can't get into the wedding.
TJ,
that's what it is.
TJ.
We can't get into the wedding.
This guy, they're parking cars, and we're the maid of honor.
Yeah, we ain't even parking cars. We begging outside the wedding. That's where we're at. I don't even disrespect valets like that. We begging outside the wedding. At least they the bridesmaid.
TJ, Tony, mark my words.
But
the fact that Flawless wants Arteta agrees with you and with this Arteta out business, I see.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not Arteta. Don't get mistaken.
You are okay.
Yeah,
all right, he's actually being fair. Okay.
No, don't do this. Don't do this.
No. Flawless knows ball. The fact that he's like,
I know that Flawless knows ball, but Flawless also knows how to be sarcastic.
No. I'm genuinely Arteta because I just don't think he's what's best for you lot. So yeah,
exactly what I'm saying.
Oh wow. I'm not doing that. Everybody in the chat, I'm not doing that. I'm looking.
I am actually looking. No, this guy's dangerous.
He is.
I didn't realize
what he was doing.
I'm Arteta because I know he's not gonna get you lot over the line.
I'm Ten Hag lifetime appointment.
That's what it is. And I'm Arteta lifetime appointment. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? That's true. It's the same thing.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave you guys a little homework.
Yeah, go on, Vail.
Oh my God.
Who is the second best manager in the league?
Klopp.
He's leaving.
Oh, without Klopp leaving? With Klopp leaving? Unai
Emery.
Probably Emery.
And they didn't want Unai Emery at their club.
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough for where they're trying to go to either. But I think Emery's a very good manager.
Emery will win Aston Villa the Europa League next season.
Yeah, like Emery. If someone says Emery's going to win Aston Villa,
market
League Cup next season. None of us
mark it down. They may not get top 4 next season because the Champions League is going to be a lot on them. But I think they go down to. I think they make Europa League, and I think they win that.
Yeah, I could see that happening. But yeah,
so the second best manager in the league because Klopp is good enough to win Europa.
Yeah. Because the managers in the league, Vader, are not very good. If we're talking about top of the top,
true.
The only managers I think can win major honors that are currently here are Pep and Klopp. There's no other managers in the league I look at and go, can you do a great job and win FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League, finish top 4? Emery's that. Emery top 4, yes. Europa League, yes. FA Cup, League Cup, yes. Can you do a good job? Yes. But when you're talking about going to win Prem and Champs, no. The only two I think that can do that are the two that have done that. And that's Pep and that's Klopp. I don't think anyone else is capable. That's just me, though.
Wow. No, but again, why would you say that when Emery? But again, why are you saying that when Emery has proven to be a winner in Europe, in the European front? He's always been a winner.
I reckon he can win the Europa League.
I think he's a record manager with a record amount of.
That's what I said, Tony. I said I think he can win those competitions.
But again, we're also true.
I don't think I don't think he can win Prems and Champs though. I don't think he's that level.
With the right investment, he can do that. With money in the bank, he can do that. And Aston Villa have the money to do that right now. They have investment pouring in. They've supported the manager. He brought great players too. So
I think maybe I'm just a little too. Maybe I'm a little too of an optimistic person, right? Just a bit. Maybe I'm just a little
Just
bit
tad,
too much.
man.
Just a bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
see the quality in Arteta. I do see the quality in Emery. And when we talk about if your failure is not winning the majors when you're going up against the guy, Pep, because again, let's also rewind the script a little bit. Not many won against Sir Alex Ferguson. Not many.
No.
And would it be a case that every manager that failed not winning against a legend like Sir Alex or like Wenger, get them out the door, or invest and see where they could progress to? I don't know. I'm thinking you guys might be getting this guy out a little early in Arteta. I'm not moving at this from flawless
Let me ask
angles.
you.
Not at
Let me
all.
let that down because I'm being totally honest when I say why I want him to keep Arteta.
No, I know.
All right, so let's say hypothetically, then Pep leaves this summer. Would you take Arteta back at City as City manager?
I would take Arteta.
Okay, first. You genuinely
Because again, we're pointing out, because we all agreed the weakness within this league.
Yes.
And Arteta, system or not, Pep's plan, Pep system, or what you would Pep system light, whatever you want to call it, if he comes over, I think he cooks.
All right, first.
You're about to do it. You're about to do a domestic. You're about to do a domestic double, and you're saying you rate Arteta, who can't get in.
I'm not gonna let you do this whole voodoo jinx stuff and just say
it's not voodoo jinx. It's just these are facts that I'm speaking. These are actual facts.
Flawless is ready to spoil the party. He's ready to lock it off, like he likes to say in this.
United aren't going to do anything. They're just looking. They're just looking forward to getting out of Manchester for a little while.
Yeah. The last couple of games we got we got something, but my hopes have gone from nothing to slim. That's what I'd say.
Oh my god!
It was no hope. Now
we're gonna talk about We're gonna talk about
closer to the time. Hey, you know why with Diallo we actually have something in the final third I can look at and go, maybe you can do something. Now they're saying maybe because Ten Hag stumbled across this team that's been fucking available the entire season. Now all of a sudden we look like a functioning unit. Now you're playing players. He's finally stumbled upon it. Hey, you know what? Maybe play Maino next to Amrabat, and all of a sudden we look like a functioning unit. When did we last see Maino and Amrabat? For those that don't know, it was the away game to Anfield when we drew 0-0 and everyone thought we was going to get battered. And lo and behold, we looked like a defensive unit that was half decent. We actually looked like a functioning outfit. When you actually play players who apply themselves and have some form of quality. Who would have thought? Playing Amrabat, who's a natural 6, and playing Maino, who's a good 8, and Amrabat, who just tries hard, all of a sudden the balance in the team is there. Oh, you would have thought it. And all of a sudden we played Arsenal, we were one of the better teams in the league, and even though we lost the game, we was competitive. We just beat Newcastle, who are one of the better sides in the league. I believe they're 4th in regards to scoring goals, like when in the goal scoring charts. All of a sudden we look defensively, but we play lower league lower down the table Crystal Palace and get battered. And look, how many could it be? Bournemouth the same, etc. And I've been saying this for the longest. You can have 11 of the worst players on the pitch, but still be a functioning unit. You can still be tough to beat. Arsenal didn't turn up to Old Trafford. And do I believe they deserve to win? Great. Absolutely, yes. But they didn't turn up and roll us over. They didn't beat us 4-5-6-0. Yeah, go on, Tony. Go on.
Oh, nice. They're flawless. Good. It's nice you have chests for your team and putting out an excuse for them. Good. Will you win the FA Cup against Man City in the coming weeks?
Yes, we'll win on penalties.
Yeah, I don't know about
we'll win on penalties. It'll be 1-1 and we'll win on penalties.
I like this version of flawless because he doesn't want to lose against his rivals. I love it.
Like
no,
what we talking
never
about,
go
like,
against it.
I legit just said to Vader when we first started talking about this, because of Diallo and what the manager stumbled across, I actually look at it and go, okay, there is something here. I've said all along how bad our attack is. Now with Diallo, we have something in the final.
But you're not worried about you're not worried about your back line, Casemiro lining up with Johnny Evans.
Nah, because I think it'll be Martinez and Evans, and no.
Oh, you think Martinez is going to be back? Or
Martinez played the last game.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Martinez. So I'm looking at it and going, Martinez played. Varane could potentially be back. You've got Amrabat and Maino and Casemiro in there. You have Diallo, etc., etc. I'm looking at it and going, okay, there's something. And this manager, do you play the correct team? Now, if he plays Bruno and McTominay and all these terrible players, it's a wrap. However, if he plays a team similar to the Arsenal side, similar to the side against Newcastle, we have a chance. That's what it is. And I look at us from a defensive standpoint and go, Yes, with those two in front. And that's the point I was making. All of a sudden, Casemiro plays against Arsenal and Newcastle, who are better attacking sides, and he doesn't look as bad as he did against Crystal Palace. You know why? Because he has two players. He actually has some protection in front of him. With Amrabat and Maino, there is some form of defensive protection. And I've been saying this for the longest. I'm saying play two. You know what? Play two players in the front. You actually have,
guys,
like that's it. I've been saying this for the longest. Go on.
Guys in the chat have successfully passed on the Kool-Aid down to Flawless. He has the Kool-Aid right now.
Tony's cooking now. Tony's cooking.
Awesome.
I did not say that. Just to clarify, I didn't say shit about stars. Let me just clarify that. Let me just clear that one. Let me just clear that one up. I didn't say that.
That's funny.
Bro, you don't need to say it. You don't need to say it. You've just said you're going to win a trophy. That's all.
Yeah, 100%. I said penalties.
That's enough Kool-Aid for me.
Nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? I said that. But like I said, if this manager turns up and he plays Bruno and he plays plays McTominay and plays that, play teams that are similar to the two teams we just seen.
Vader.
The lineup is so key in this game. If Vader, he gets the lineup correct, we have a chance. But Vader, let him know where they can find you. Cause I know you got to go, but you got coming up.
Listen, the love's been tremendous. Being able to do this show once a week with Flawless, having bonus shows to be able to be included with you guys. I don't take it for granted. I love the energy. I like how we speak and we joke with each other. Now, I'm trying to wrap up the amount of content I do, and we're closing out a potential historic season. Now, the day of Sunday, I already know I'm going to be all over the place. So please, if you're following me on the socials, whether it's Twitter, whether it's my channel, please subscribe. The numbers have been very good in terms of the subs coming over. I much appreciated those. I'm seeing new people in the comments. Always love. There's a couple of things I'm going to do, and I would love every one of you in the chat right now to be a part of it. This is getting lit. It's getting lit. May 19th, the final day of the season.
Give me a break.
Klopp. Last game in honor of Klopp, what he's done, the rivalry. I am lighting this out of respect to say farewell to Jurgen Klopp. This is getting lit on the 19th. And then let me also point out, if I hopefully if I win, the celebrations are going to be mad. So I'm also going to point out that not the day of, but the next day, I'll be doing a show 115, one question, 15 minutes, 115. And I'm going to be talking about why fans are the lifeblood of the club, why we actually have the power, why we dictate whether our club advances in terms of ambition, whether our clubs advance or stay stagnant, because we can control everything. It's all about the mighty dollar. And if we choose not to support our clubs because they're not doing it the right way, we can have an impact. But I'm going to talk about how we as a lifeblood can have them succeed and can also have them fail. So Flawless, this Sunday, I hope we can link up in some way or fashion. I know you're doing a live watch along, so we'll talk in the GC. We'll try to link something up.
Without doubt.
This is going to be epic. All you haters, listen, the yin and yang, it's got to exist. There's positive, there's negative, there's love, there's hate. If y'all hating on City, bring it on. It's cool. We interact. If you like how I can kind of slick talk, because Flawless is one of the best, I try to match his wit. If you like the slick talk, subscribe to my channel, Vader Games TV. You see it right there at the bottom on YouTube. Bless.
Hey, love every time Vader. Make sure you subscribe to Vader Games. I say one of the best content creators out there. So get over to his channel. Go on, TJ. Go on.
Can I say one thing? Vader is the biggest waffler on YouTube, but it is criminal that this guy is not on 1K. Go over there and subscribe right now.
Yeah, man.
One of the nicest guys. He's one of the biggest waffles in the world. He has to be a waffler because he's Canadian. They got all the good syrup up there. So you gotta do it. Yeah, no, you guys got the best syrup in the world. So go and subscribe to this guy right now. Big up Vader, man.
Bless fellas. Tony, TJ, Flawless. Much love, guys. Everybody in the chat. Comments been tremendous.
Big up to you, Vader, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. Big ups.
Shout out to Vader every single time, man. Absolute real one, Vader. Absolute real one. We are going to close out very shortly because I didn't realize, people, that the Timberwolves Denver Nuggets game was 1:30. I didn't realize it was starting now. I thought it was an hour later. So we're going to go over to the playback in a second. I'm just going to get to a couple of questions, though, because you lot are cracking me up. Big up CP, the fraud. But I hate this guy because he'd be funny, but he'd be right. And he says, okay, not stars aligning, but the ingredients are cooking is what I'm hearing from you, Flawless. Yes. I'm liking some of the ingredients, you know what I'm saying, on the rack. That's what I will say. Unfortunately, again, you are an asshole saying this, but you are spot on. You know what I'm saying? Just to clarify, yes. I look at it and go, okay, there is some form of meal that can be prepped. It's not 5-star, but it'll be nice, and you know, we can actually not go hungry maybe. But again, this manager just has to pick the right team. And to Tariq, who's here hating, who says who should play instead of Bruno, Flawless always hating on Bruno. One, I don't hate on no player. Let me just clarify that. Because whether you agree or disagree with me, I always bring reasons as to why. So there's no hate towards Bruno. And I'm going to flip this on the head because you said, who would I play instead of Bruno? Bruno should play in the final. So I bet you wasn't expecting that response. Same way Tony wasn't expecting me to say he'd pick United to win the FA Cup final. But here we are, people. So don't presume. I'm here. Just ask. And I will tell you. You know what I'm saying? Is it a long shot? Absolutely. Are Manchester City still the heavy favorites? Absolutely. I'm not delusional. But do I believe if we pick the right team, we can get something from the game? Yes. Of course we can. And I've said this before, and I said this even before these two games against Arsenal and Newcastle. If it goes to penalties was our only hope. That's what I said. Penalties was our only hope. And I favor us on penalties. There's no logic of that. That's just a feeling. That's just a gut feeling that on penalties are fancy us. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And Tariq didn't hear what I just said, but all right, cool. Where I legit just said Manchester City are the heavy favorites for the game. I know I'm in the minority, but here we are. And again, you didn't listen because I said Bruno should play in the final. Again, I legit just said that because you didn't expect me to, who should play instead of Bruno. You didn't expect Bruno should play. Without doubt.
Flawless, quick question for you.
Yeah, of course.
Flawless, quick question for you. Just a very quick one. If you win the FA Cup, will you say, or will you attach to it that success with the FA Cup definitely trumps Arsenal's coming second this season?
Absolutely.
Will you say that?
It's trophy over? Absolutely, yes. Without doubt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trophy in Europe.
If we win the FA Cup, we've had a better season than everybody in the league but Manchester City, because no one else won anything. I'm trophies over everything. I know that may be like unpopular, but yeah, I would. It is, but yeah, here we are. But Tariq, don't hit me with the I just heard calm down. And you can always hating on Bruno. There's no hate. There's no podcast of me. There's no content of me hating on Bruno. You may disagree with my opinion, but there's no hate. That means you just disagree, which is cool. Where else we are as well? Warrior J, Antio. Oh, here it is. TJ and Tony, who was your player of the season, underrated player, overrated player at Arsenal this season? Yeah, answer that quickly before we move on.
Tony, you want to hit this one first?
No, I'll go after you, TJ.
Okay. Player of the season for Arsenal, in my opinion. That's actually a tough one because we've really done it by committee this season, and it's something to be proud of, to be honest. If we're gonna get big up anything about this squad this season, is that it hasn't just been one player. So this is a tough one. I'm gonna go player of the season has to be Gabriel, in my opinion. I rate what Declan Rice has done, but the damage that Gabriel has done on both sides of the ball, especially in 2024, has been outstanding. He scores a ton from set pieces. Hasn't really brought out the bozo gene too much this season. I think he's been our player of the season, Gabriel. Underrated player. I'm going to get a lot of stick for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The job that Jakub Kiwior did while Tomiyasu was injured and while Zinchenko was on that bad run, I don't think gets talked about enough. And people are saying Raya, and I understand that. And big up Raya for winning the Golden Glove. But that also has a lot to do with the players that are playing in front of him, to the left, to the right, and right in front of him. So that we have one of the best midfields in the league. We have one of the best back lines in the league. And I think Jakub Kiwior is underrated for what he did during portions of this season. I really do think so. Overrated player at Arsenal this season. Now that is tough because I don't really overrate. I don't think we've overrated a time. You know who gets overrated just because I think people want to throw it in his face in people's faces is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz came in. He did a job. He played where the manager told him to play. I think he's where at this point I would say he's overrated because he can't play everywhere on the field. He can only play in that 9, and only in with a specific set of players around him. And I'm gonna get a lot of stick about this. 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. Whatever. Like chant it all you want. But at the beginning of the season, he was pony. And until November, everybody in this fan base wanted him out. And then he had that purple patch in November. He had that purple patch March through April. And then other than that, he wasn't very good. So if you look at it holistically, I would say Kai Havertz, most overrated player. I am not going to say Bukayo Saka is overrated. Bukayo Saka is one of the biggest contributors in this team. Has he been hot and cold this season? Yes. Has it been his best season? Yes. Or no, it hasn't. But he's still a leader on this team. I still think he's the future. And he's contributed a lot more to this team than some of the players I just mentioned. So other than Gabriel. So that's my very, very long answer to that question.
Yeah. Big ups. I think your choices were coherent with with what we have in our team right now. But I'll be very, very quick with mine anyway. Player of the season for me. I'll stick with William Saliba. Yeah. Of course, Gabriel. Of course, Gabriel has made Saliba, better this season also. But again, you just have to give it to Saliba. Back to back, very consistent. Last season, had a great season last season. When he got injured, that's when we capsized last season. And right now, he's shown again that when fit, this is what you get. That back line extremely solid. Do I think that Gabriel would do it without a Saliba? That's a big question. But do I think Saliba can do it with someone else? Absolutely. But I don't really think that Gabriel can do it on his own or with someone else this season. So that's why I'll just give it to William Saliba, just for even keeping fit alone, scoring some certain kind of goals from set pieces. He's done it, and I like the guy. That's my player of the season. It could go either way to Gabriel anyway, but, I'll just chip in Saliba down there. The most underrated player, guys, I would give that to Ben White. And there's a reason, there's context to it. At the start of the season, after the first 10 games, people are even saying, let's sell Benjamin White. Let's sell him out of this football club. Yeah, sincerely, after the first 10 games this season, And again, it was even injured at that time, so definitely there was lots of, questions about him. And in the second half of the season, it showed why he's probably one of the best right back, in this league, actually. So I just really think that we've not really given him the respect that he really deserves. Forget about his displays at right back. How about him actually covering up Bukayo Saka this season? I really do think that Bukayo Saka has gotten a lot of stinkers this season. Benjamin White has been the one that has actually covered his ass this season, helped him out this season, and also he has also contributed to our attack this season with those assists, and those crosses coming from that right hand side. So he's really been underrated this season, if you ask me. The most overrated player for us this season. That's a big one. That's a big one. For me, it's between Gabriel Martinelli, to be very sincere, and he's under my microscope this season. Next season, under a very huge microscope for me. Last season, he scored 16 goals. This season, about 6 or so. Totally. When every other midfielder is out there improving their game, even Saka, with the whole stinker he dished out this season, was still our highest goal scorer this season. Martinelli, from 15, 16 goals last season, just totally drops the ball and downs tools and gets 5 goals this season. He's also an injury worry, and with Brazilians, when they start picking up injuries from here and there, there's always a problem. He has a large and long history with injuries also. He hasn't performed better for me this season. Clearly overrated in a way. I would have given that to Kai Havertz, but Kai Havertz, come on, man. He scored double figures for us this season. Put up a more, better challenger, has improved as a player this season for the Arsenal. Despite what we thought that, he'll be a flop, he will only score 3 goals this season. Proved that was wrong. Scored more goals, helped us out. So, it's in between Gabriel Jesus, but we all did know that Gabriel Jesus isn't that guy. Right from Man City, we knew he was the guy that would score less than 14 goals, because when he was at City, he never gave them more than 14 goals. So, Gabriel Martinelli totally just dropped the ball and down tools this season, man. I don't know how you see that, TJ, but that'll be my answer, man.
I mean, I just think that Martinelli, it's hard to say that he's overrated just because he's had to contend with so many injuries. I mean, that's kind of like saying Partey was overrated, even though he was injured for literally 85% of the season. So how can you even say he's overrated? Like, it's one of those things. Well, it's your opinion. It's what you see. People see different things on the pitch from different players. Like, people probably didn't even think that I was going to say that Kiwior is underrated, because people don't think about Jakub Kiwior and what he did in moments during the season. So people see the game differently, and I respect what he said, man. I respect what he said.
No,
100%.
Yeah, but Jakub Kiwior doesn't have. But again, Jakub Kiwior doesn't have a whole corpus of game. Sorry. Maybe that's too big. A whole spectrum of games.
Neither does Martinelli. Neither does Martinelli this season. To be fair,
but Martinelli has played a decent amount of games this season. How many games have Jakub Kiwior played this season? Not more than. He hasn't gotten even more than five stars.
I don't know. That's a good question. And I know we got to wrap up, but I'm going to look that up real quick.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Nah, I hear that. Hey, Warrior J, good question. Hey, you lot, let me.
Martinelli has played more games. He has played more games. And again, last season he scored 16. Don't forget about that. He has an history that he has already performed. And right now, down tools completely. 5-6 goals this season from 15 goals.
Yeah, he's played in 20. He's played in 20 matches. I think that's a pretty good sample size.
Yeah, there we go. Well, you lot in the chat, let me know who is live. I was saying, if there's no one to redirect to, I'm just going to send you lot to the Man United. First,
Premiership. 21 in the Premiership. How many of those games did he start, TJ?
20 in the Prem. What does that matter? He came off the bench against Liverpool and put in a performance. So I don't think that matters. He has 20 appearances and he did a job.
Not enough minutes though. No, but not enough. But again, not enough minutes though. That's what I'm saying. He didn't start those games, TJ. He had big moments against Liverpool, man.
Sorry. It's just I'm not going to debate you about this because I think we're trying to wrap up. But I'm telling you right now that I think that
this is good for the postseason.
Was the man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This is good for postseason, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. No, and we're gonna have this conversation for 3 months.
Facts.
So I can't wait.
Facts. That is facts. People, get over to the playback. The man them are already there holding it down. It is the Minnesota Timberwolves versus Denver Nuggets game 6. So get over to the playback if you want to watch with us. I've been giving out VIP passes for the game, so you can actually watch the game along with us on the same stream, people. So there is no spoilers. So get over there for that. Hit the follow button on the playback when you're there. You can see it on the screen, playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv, or download the app because you got NBA watch-alongs over there, Champions League watch-alongs have been over there, Premier League watch-alongs have been over there as well. That's where the Euros will be also, plus more sports as well, boxing, UFC, F1, NFL, all going to be over there on the playback as well. So it's going to be stacked over there. So head over to the playback, people. What else is I going to say as well? Big up to TJ, big up to Vader, big up Tony each and every time. Big up all of you lot as well, man. Real ones. Thoroughly enjoyed this live stream. And what have we got coming up today? Back here, 5 p.m. UK time, Man United podcast. So that's the Manchester United show. So myself and all the gang will be on there, including Sheik, who was in the chat. Then 11 p.m., Man United podcast analysis at Anfield podcast. So the Manchester United Manchester United Liverpool show, and that's at 11 p.m. UK time. Oh yeah, Eli just mentioned it. That's what I forgot. All of the gaming content as well is on the playback as well. So none of the content is on the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel. It's on the playback. So pro clubs, career mode. I was running GTA yesterday with me, Staffy, Eli, and Jacob. Hilarious people. So make sure, yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, every day was absolute Jacob just out there being Jacob. That's what I would say. But if this is your favorite show, there is a playlist for it on the channel. If this is your favorite show, also on top of that, don't forget we are available on all audio platforms as well: Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcast. But TJ, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Big up, everybody. Big up the chat. This has easily been one of my favorite shows of the year. I think me and Flawless have been doing this for almost a year now. So big up Flawless every single time, bro. And thank you for having me. You can find me at TJ Warren TV on YouTube. I'm thinking about starting on my own gaming channel because I had a lot of people watching me lose on FUT last night. That was kind of fun. So look out for that, people. We might be doing that in the off season, but you can catch me on TJ Warren TV. American Idiots tomorrow, 9 p.m. UK time. We got the Southern Gooner coming on. We got the Football Capo coming on. Legends of the game. So I can't wait to talk about Arsenal with those guys and the end of the season, what we can look forward to during the off season. And then I will be doing my normal watch along for the last matches of the season. People Championship Sunday. We will kick off at let's see how that translates. 3:45 UK time. So make sure that you guys are watching out for that. Hit the notification bell. Really, really appreciate it. For the record, I did not support Spurs. Over to you, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, anything you want to add before we close out?
TJ had to add that. Yeah,
I gotta just throw that in there.
Just to exonerate himself. But deep inside, he wanted sports to, help us out. And when
deep inside, I wanted Man City to concede goals. Anyway,
TJ.
Of course you did this for the league title. We'll be back here next year, man.
See ya, guys.
Having the same conversation.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's for the league title. Just have to be shamed. See ya, guys. See ya every single time. Big ups to Flawless. Yeah, Flawless 10K. Your channel, man. Big ups to you, man.
It's actually 11 point. It's actually at 11.5. But I didn't get that. The gift I got, for those that haven't seen it, shout out to the person who gave me that gift, A1 gift. We're actually at 11.5. But I was like, I've still got to post this anyway because the gift's that file. You know what I'm saying?
11.5, man. That's
right, 11.5. I think 11.4.
And you got to that this year, man. Big fit, man. Big fit you just achieved, man. That's huge. That's big. And again, there's also something that went on clearly underrated on this channel was I think during the break during the season where you brought in YouTubers.
You're talking the specials, the Sarcasm City TV
series.
You called it
was a
the
series
specials.
Of top YouTubers. Yeah, the specials. Yeah, exactly. Bro, I've never seen anyone. I've never seen anyone do that. Exactly. I've never seen
Appreciate
anyone
it.
do that, mostly with the caliber of YouTubers and podcasters that you brought down here, man. So this year has been, really a very, very good one for you, man. And Lord may continue. TJ, man, of course, it's always love with TJ. Yeah, guys. American Idiot Show, one of my best shows on his channel. Yeah, and I have one of my very, very big friends down there, Oregon Gunner, of course, the big guy, that. And see, TJ, man, you're doing a great job on your channel. I see the amount of effort you're putting down
Thank you,
there.
bro.
Lord may continue, man. Wish you all the best lucks to come down your way, man. And guys, yeah, just come show some love on Tony Clark on the TV. I'll be on vacation very, very soon anyway. I won't be doing much streams. I'll be doing it once in a while, but I'll be back here next season, guys. Maybe not with the cool aid, maybe with the handbrakes on, but let's see. With me, it's gonna be unpredictable.
I said maybe. So go subscribe to Tony Clark on the TV. Subscribe. But people, this show will continue during the summer. Of course, during the Euros, we'll stop it. But any big Arsenal news breaks, myself, Tony, and TJ will be back. And then obviously once the season starts back, well, just before the season starts back, the show will be in full effect, as you've seen this season, because this has become one of the more popular shows on the channel. It's definitely one of my favorite shows to do, because it's always interesting conversation. Always interesting conversation. And yes, to ask Warrior J says, during the summer, Euros watch-alongs, I'm assuming, Flawless, you're doing the Olympics as well. Yes, Olympics, because with that USA team, definitely there will be on there. So there's going to be so much sport on there. Everything. Yes, so you're going to get basketball over there. Of course, the Olympics, NBA is already on there. All over watch-alongs. So like I said, Premier League, non-Manchester United. The Champions League watch-alongs will be over there. FA Cup, non-Manchester United watch-alongs over there. Carabao Cup as well. Already mentioned it. Boxing. So for instance, the Fury-Usyk fight, that watch-along will be on there on Saturday. UFC will be over there. NFL watch-alongs. Formula 1. There's probably a sport I'm missing, but I've just listed off 5 or 6. So we're going to keep it rolling here at Sarcasm City TV. And even though because the Premier League's coming to a close, we're not stopping. The content will continue to roll here on the YouTube channel, also on the Playback. But again, go subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Go subscribe to Tony Claude Gunner TV. Go subscribe to Vader Games TV. All the links are underneath in the description on every single live stream, not just the ones they're on, and on the featured channel page on the channel as well. But we're closing out. We're going over to the Playback. Eddie and Steve are over there now. The Timberwolves currently up 22-11 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. So yeah, if you don't want to watch the game, come over and watch the game with us, man. Sign up to the Playback, playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, or download the Playback app as well. And the 16 out of 10 tees, you can see me here with the blue and white one. The white and black one is closing literally when this game ends. We're going to close the shop, people. But big up, love to everyone that's locked in. And that being said, speaking of 16 out of 10, man, might as well play the video.
Can I just say, the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?